for Resident Evil Village.
Hi, how's it going, Fatals? My name is Ruby Hart, and I am here with BigScared, who is going to be running Resident Evil Village in just a little bit here. How you feeling? Excited?
I'm hype.
Yes. I am so excited to see this game. I am an absolute wimp when it comes to horror games, but I'm a huge fan of watching the speed runs. So I noticed on your SRC, you've only been speedrunning for less than a year, and within the last 4 months have submitted multiple runs for several Resident Evil games. So I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here and say you are a Resident Evil fan.
Yeah, it's my favorite
Mhm.
franchise, and it's one of the oldest franchises that I've played. The first two Resident Evil games for PlayStation are like formative experiences for me because my parents were the type of parents that wouldn't really let me play anything unless there was a girl in it. And so Jill
Mhm.
and Claire are very near to my heart for that reason.
Oh, because there were femme protagonists in the
Mhm.
game. That's so cool. I love that. So you said that you got into them pretty young. And
Yeah.
yeah, so what led you to the decision of taking these games that you adored growing up and finally starting to speedrun them pretty recently?
So I really credit Resident Evil 2 Remake for that because they had that built-in record screen that would just show you your best time for any difficulty basically whenever you want. It was just always there. So
Mhm.
like when you beat a Resident Evil game, you usually get that record screen at the end where it's like, here's your report card. And most of the time you're like, oh, I gotta see. And maybe if you care, you go for a better time kind of thing. Resident Evil 2 Remake really made it easy for you to be like, no, that's how fast I've done it before. I know I can go faster. And so it really encouraged me to practice and spend time shortening the time that I could get the game down to.
That's so cool. I feel like with more and more games incorporating those in-game timers and leaderboards, it's encouraging so many more people to get into speedrunning some of their favorites. So it's awesome that it brought you to that point too. And I know that there's a bid war for this game between first person and third person. Like, what is the big difference that we can look forward to there? I know there's the basic just perspective change, but
Mhm.
does the tech change? Does it make certain parts of the movement more difficult? Like, what can we look forward to with those two potential options?
So the third person is notoriously a little bit faster. So if you want to see the
Okay.
fastest possible run here, third person is really where you want to be because there's fewer transition animations. Some of the tricks and movements are just a little bit cleaner and precise.
Mhm.
Whereas third person, I really enjoy it because you get to just savor Ethan's animation. He has some very goofy stumble animations in third person that take longer, but they're so fun. I enjoy them so much. Just jelly leg Ethan. So like you have to you have to deal with jelly leg Ethan regardless of whether or not he's slowing you down. So that movement transitions into the tricks that you're doing too. He's a little bit clumsier in third person. So it's generally a little bit harder in that mode too.
I just love Jelly Legs Ethan, and that is going to live in my memory just for the rest of time whenever I see Resident Evil 7. That's so great. Or Resident Evil 8, excuse me. 7 was Biohazard. Um, as far as with this game, I feel like so much of the imagery, especially with leading up to the release, was focused on the four lords of the village, and especially, Lady Dimitrescu because of the amazing design and performance. Are there any of those houses, any of the areas that you really love getting to with some of the tricks and tech, or some that you just absolutely dread getting to in the run?
Hands down, my favorite part of the run is House Beneviento. The
Mm-hmm.
sequence where you're playing hide and seek with Angie, it has so much RNG in it that it provides a variety to the run without it being so cumbersome that it bogs down the run, right? There's 5 places she can spawn. It can be different every time. And so you're either going to get really good spawn on Angie or you're not. And either way, you're going to get some delicious voice acting while it happens. So I love that part of the run. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
Heisenberg's factory is a little bit more of a I got to deal with Heisenberg's factory now.
Hmm. And is it
And
just a really like difficult section, or like what about the factory specifically do you like kind of tense up as soon as it's coming your way?
it's got low visibility. So it's a very dark sequence. The lighting is poor. It's a labyrinth and enemies are popping out at you all over the place. So it's very easy to get lost in there.
Got it. Well, I am really, really looking forward to this run. So I wish you all the best of luck with it. And have an amazing time showing it off.
Thank you. I'm so excited to show it off.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, for the fact that you have been running this for such a short amount of time and have already come so far, I think that's already an accomplishment in and of itself. And all of us in the Fatales community are going to be cheering you on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, everyone, make sure to stick around for Big Scared's run. Again, that is Resident Evil Village. That's happening a little later today. You can still get in your donations for that bid war to decide if it's going to be first person or third person gameplay that we're seeing from Ethan. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and send you back to the marathon. Bye.
I know everyone is looking forward to this. That's right. We've got prizes. Here you go.